Money, thanks for the sub. And thanks for fishing, I guess. I see that you've noticed the new... Oh. I see you've noticed the new, emote. Alright. Yeah. Oh, right, this is an extra one for subbing. I don't know what, like, causes that. I don't remember enabling that. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is disabled, but it's still doing it anyway. Electric catfish? Okay. Alright, let's go back over here. Oh wait, there's another one? How many did they give you? Okay, in the meantime, I guess I'll turn this thing on. A Rudd. Yeah, extra fish for subbing. How many is it? How many are they gonna make you do? I don't mind, but like... I genuinely thought that I didn't put that on. Why are all these fish, like, kind of similar looking? They have, like, the same, like, kind of a little orange, but, like, a lot of green, like, color palettes. Anyway. Well, more fishing. Happy New Year, we get fish. I'm only getting $350 for this. Is it? Am I just doing the front wall? Big Mama Pickle. Okay. Where's the music? Did I actually turn off all the music, all the sound? I can't remember. Did Noel draw it? Yeah. See, the funny thing is that I was he was showing me like him messing around with his own emotes, and then I was like, dude, can I have that? And so now I have it. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You can listen to my silly Oh, I have to do the... I guess I have to do the front first. Yeah. Anyway, Happy New Year. How's everybody doing? I hope you had an awesome start to the new year. I think that I've been doing okay. Hold on. This can be a little bit louder. When did I turn the master volume down so low? There we go. This is the start of me attempting to stream every day. I'm not entirely certain what's gonna happen tomorrow. Cause I think that there's a bit of a conflict of in our schedules for tomorrow, so I'm not entirely certain whether we will be playing Played Up. Might be something with Loon and Gomi. Might be something with all three. Might just be by myself. I'm tempted to be like, if you guys want to just play if you guys just want to play Minecraft, then that's perfectly fine too. I kind of didn't. Prim has a really cool Minecraft RP server that's going on right now, and I didn't really know if I wanted to commit to RPing for like the start of the school of the year. I kind of wanted my January to be kind of chill because I mean, I'm not really doing that much. I feel like I wanted to do a little bit more for what's it called? I wanted to do a bit more for my birthday, but also I'm shy. Birthday's in a week, by the way. I might be doing some like catch up on Monday. I think that's my thought, is that I'm gonna do stuff on like kind of productivity type deal on Monday. I haven't quite decided what to do over the weekend though. Are they gonna open up the gate for me when I'm done with this? Yeah, I figured we'd start the year off with something chill. That is actually a pretty ridiculous number of eggs. The poor chickens. Waste of eggs. Not because I don't think that you should clown on your government, who said that, but also, like, just don't waste food. Is Repo the only horror I've played? Have I played other horror games? I played... No, I haven't. I watched Phasmo. I don't think I've played anything else. I technically I own Ebe. I've played End Roll. I did that for a while. Oh yeah, Lethal Company counts. I like Lethal Company. How's cleaning the mean streets? Well, we're cleaning the mayor's house, I think, right now, because he got egged. But hey, if I get to have his money and the people will probably come back to egg his house again, I'm not complaining. Yeah, hi Mikey. How goes it? I'm chilling. First stream of the year. How have you been, Mikey? It's been a while. I've kind of been preoccupied with my own stuff. Took a bunch of Greek food from work. Nice. We love free food. My boss gives me so much free food, actually. It's a lot of, what is it? What's the word? She tends to make a lot of rice. Also a decent amount of, like, egg and chicken salad. And then she just brings it to work. And then it's like, here, you should eat this. And I'm like, okay. It worked out because, like, my hours are a little odd. And, instead of taking a break, I just go to work late. So sometimes I'm like, I like eat while I'm like at the computer, but only if there's like food around. Otherwise I'm just like, whatever. What's nice is that sometimes like we'll get like free food from parents. And that's always awesome. But then like a lot of times I'm the one that has to organize the whole thing because I'm the one that has to figure out who wants what and then compile it and then send it to the people that are giving us stuff. There we go. Where's the... Here we go. Oops, that's not correct. R. Tab. No? Oh, here you go. Where's the rest of, where's the... There it is. The only problem that I have with this game is just when sometimes it's like, you're missing a spot, and then you're like, where? And then they have to highlight the most minuscule part. And it's like, why didn't you just give me that? I washed houses for a summer and it was awful, and this is accurate. I hear that you make pretty decent money from power washing though. It's like one of those like things that they always advertise as being like surprisingly lucrative. Customer over your shoulder, like, hit that spot again. So it really is just like that. I'm glad that like Powerwash Simulator is true to life. This is exactly the kind of game that I want to have realism from. Oh, that sounds like it would be terrible. Roofs don't get cleaned that often, so... See, I say that this is power wash and chill, but what ends up happening is that I lock in too hard, and then I just get really focused on actually cleaning this thing properly, and then I forget to talk. Anyway, what was I doing over the break? There were a lot of holidays. I drove up to Canada, which was kind of awful, but also like kind of fun. Doo-doo. Why was it awful? Because it was snowing. Like, was it a great idea to go up to Canada in the winter? Probably not. But it was like convenient. Oh, they just did away with like all of that. So am I supposed to get in there from here? Are you serious? There's no way. But yeah, so for the most part, the drive was fine. But and also like I drive pretty fast. So even when it was like icy, I kind of like pushed it to the limit. But there was like a particular part where like there was a lot of snow and very little visibility. Though I think that it was better than, like, I stopped at a friend's house, okay? And so there's two different like kinds of, there's two different legs of the trip. And on the first leg of the trip, when I was like by myself and there was like a random stretch of road that had a ridiculous amount of fog, and there was a lot of like impacted snow on the ground. Like, it's not ice, it's impacted snow, but so that does make it treacherous. And so like I am chilling and like trying to be safe because you can't see more than like 2 feet in front of you. And then this truck comes in and is like, "You're not going fast enough," and so honks at me from behind me. And I'm like, "What is wrong with you? Like, your headlights are bright as hell," which I think should be illegal, by the way. And then like I'm over in this lane because I don't want to like run into anybody. There's a car next to us. Like, chill, chill. Otherwise, like the people, like we came really close to spinning out at one point. But I would like to say that I'm a pretty good driver, and I got us out of that. And then we skidded off the road right afterwards. But like we only skidded a little bit. So wait, how am I supposed to? Am I really supposed to? Hold on. I am just supposed to get the extra long extension. This is so stupid, actually. Is it this one? No. That's the 3,000. That's the long extension. Here's the extra long extension. This is so stupid. Oh my god, they really are making me do this from the road. What the hell, man? Hello, turtle. But yeah, so what was it? I only skidded off a little bit. Like it was enough that I was not where I was supposed to be, but it wasn't so bad that it was uncorrectable. Like there were other people that were because we were getting off on an exit, and there were people that had skidded off the road into the ravine on the other side, and I'm like, okay, glad I'm not you. And then I just got right back on the road and everything was fine. Canada roads are better. I did not drive in Canada last time that I went to Canada. It's kind of great. The people up there, a lot of times drive like way below the speed limit, which I'm kind of surprised about. Which is really funny because when I was talking to Noel, he was like, "Yeah, everybody here speeds," and I'm like, "They do?" Because when I was like getting in, everybody was going like way below, even though the roads were clear. And maybe it's because there were flurries, but I think it's just that they're more careful. I don't know. I only drive fast because everybody around me drives fast. Thank you very much. I think that if and also because I spent like a summer in California and have never been the same since. I think that if you are scared of driving, you need to be forced to drive regularly, and if you can't, then you need to be forced to drive in California. Cause I mean, people will let you in, people will let you do things, but it definitely makes you different. I am like the most aggressive driver in my family. Yeah, I don't know why I have to long distance power wash. What's up with that? Okay, hold on. It's actually stupid. Just gonna leave wet runny egg all over the concrete. Well, that's their problem if they won't let me get closer. Right? This is actually the funniest like premise for one of these levels. Oh, there we go. Can I get up there? There we go. I don't know why anybody would. I hope I'm getting paid more, actually, than they would have given me otherwise. I'm also kind of impressed that everybody was able to actually, like, get the house through the bars. Or maybe, like... Well, I guess it's not that far away. Missing cats? Why are there missing cats? They did throw a lot of eggs, you're right. But yeah, what were you guys doing for a giant catapult? That does sound like fun, actually. What did you guys do for the holidays? Whatever you celebrate. Did you do anything special for the new year? Have any interesting New Year's resolutions? A cutaway gag from Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Oh yeah, it kind of does, you're right, actually. I never read Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I feel like it was like just past when I was like reading those kind of books, and also I think that they're geared towards boys more than girls. I was reading like, oh, what was it called? The Protector of the Small series. I forget the author's name. It's been a really long time. But it's like medieval fantasy. Where like, so the first of the series, the main character is cross-dressing to join the knights. And then so it's about her journey trying to keep her secret. And then in the second series, there's like another one, but I didn't really read it that much. Or I don't remember it very well. But the second one is about like a mage. They all kind of cross over. They're all part of the same like universe. And then there's a third series where after the first girl, Alana gets she gets found out eventually, but by then she's already become a really cool knight, and they can't like rescind her knighthood. So instead they start allowing girls to join the knights. And so then it's about like one of the first girls that joins the knights. Trying stop motion. I love stop motion. I think that there's a lot that can be done with it, and I think that anybody can do it too. Like, not that should like diminish the amount of hard work that goes into it, but just I think that like the concept is very easy to get into. You know? Wait. There's a lot of gunk here. Hold on. Basically Mulan, but with knights. Yeah, that's one way to put it. I can't quite remember all of wait, what else am I cleaning? Lens cap. Oh. But like, you know, when you're like a tween, right? Like you don't really care about originality. Which one's missing? Oh, this one. But yeah, good luck on cosplay. Good luck on getting your license. Getting your license is really like useful, I think. I've actually like I've been talking about this with like my parents a lot because I got my license. I didn't intend to get my license at the right time actually, I think, because I hated the idea of driving, but I had to drive to another school in order to take language classes because my school didn't offer like Asian languages, and they wouldn't let me enroll at like I knew that the neighboring school had like Japanese classes because my friend that went there was taking them, but where is it? Which one's where am I? Oh, there it is. And so because of that, my parents were like, okay, we'll let you take these classes, but the thing is that you have to be able to drive yourself there, and because it doubled as like driving practice time basically. And my dad works on cars, so he's a big believer in like everybody needs to know how to drive and how to work on their cars, you know. So well, that works. What is the platform? I'll figure that out later. Which window is missing? Oh, there it is. But yeah, so because of that, I became more comfortable with driving and got my license. And then after that, what's next? And then I worked in California for a little while, and that changed me for life and made it so that way I have my current car and also drive 100 miles an hour. I don't actually drive 100 miles an hour. Hello, Summer. How you doing? Okay, what the fuck is the platform? Oh, well, that makes sense. What's missing, though? Made you feel the same way you relate to getting your license and fucking hate driving? Yeah, I think like I've reached the point in my life that I'm very comfortable with driving now. Like I kind of enjoy it. Earn 100 stars in career mode. Awesome. Yeah, that's the cool part, right? Is that you get to go places by yourself. I will sometimes just get in the car and drive to this one bubble tea place because they're open really late, which works really well for somebody who's fucking nocturnal like me. And sometimes I'll just go there and like work from there, even though it's like kind of far away. It's not really like feasible to do all the time, but I like it enough that I'll do it anyway. Oh my god. Okay, I'm not gonna like that. Okay, we're gonna lower the volume again. There you go. Oh, that's rough, man. Okay, wait, if I do this. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here and see what happens. I'm gonna But yeah, I think that a lot of people are like that. So like don't get on yourself for it, But I will say that if you feel that way for a long period of time, you should maybe get that checked out. Because it is true that it is a life skill, and if you live in America, it's kind of necessary because we don't really have the infrastructure that's very well like set for people that don't drive. And like it's definitely like I say take advantage if you have people around you that are willing to like ferry you places, because I think that's really nice. Like, and like I personally wouldn't mind if like I have to ferry people around because I'm doing it because I like my friends, you know, or I like my family. Not that like any of my family can't drive. I would think I was actually the latest, but whatever. I do think that I do want to say that I personally think that that anxiety goes away with time and practice. Everything is better if you know what you're doing. And if you can rationalize it, then I think that that is the best way to do it. Because I don't know, I will say that like a majority of drivers feel very similarly to you. And for that reason, you shouldn't be too worried because they are also, it is also their job as drivers to make sure that you are safe as much as they are trying to keep themselves safe as well. You know? So I think that you can trust in a majority of drivers for that reason. And then yeah, if what it takes is you practicing in a parking lot for like 2 months, then I think that that's fine, you know? And I don't think that there's anything wrong with it as long as you're comfortable with it. Because like if you don't have any like hard deadline for when you need to be able to drive, then like just go at your own pace and the rest will come. Maybe that's the Montessori in me. Since I work at like a Montessori school and I've been working with a lot of kids where they learn in like different ways than like I ever came into contact with in public school. So like you have to kind of be willing to just go at their pace sometimes. And I think that that's fine. Do 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 do. All right. I think it's time for me to actually like do real stuff. I've just been letting the carousel do the work. Here, in fact, actually, hold on. I'm gonna clean the whole top like this. This is great. This is the best part. This is the best way to do Zatsu. If I make it like go a little bit out every single time, then it's gonna go in a spiral. Do 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 do. Anyway, I think it would be really awesome if we didn't have to drive all the time. I think that America is a little screwed up for making the entire country basically rely on cars all the time. But whatever, who am I to judge? Do 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 do. Yeah, cars are expensive. Never used a parking lot for practice. My parents just have me drive from home to the next town. That's fine too. I think that it's smarter to just to try it in a parking lot first, because like you're learning a system. This the tutorial mode, right? Like you're trying to get used to the car, so you shouldn't just throw you out to the wolves, you know, because that's dangerous for everybody involved. um I think that it'd be a good idea if you're willing to take like proactive measures on your like learning journey, I guess, that you go to the nearest parking lot. Like a nearby school usually is pretty good, especially on the weekends when there isn't that much going on. And then like use that to practice, because there'll be no cars. You get used to handling the car like yourself, and yeah, ideally you get more comfortable just being behind the wheel, because like if you're basically having panic attacks, it's not safe for you to be behind the wheel if you're not comfortable. Miss playing volleyball in school. Yeah, I kind of miss my after school activities too. I was on the robotics club. Though like I actually didn't work on the robot. I did like administrative work stuff. We were like doing things for like there was an animation category that we entered, and then there was what was it? It was like an essay. It was basically an essay writing contest. But specifically you had to hype up your mentors and the other kids that were in your team. They haven't released the new Haikyuu content. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad that you had like a pretty successful time in high school. You got what you wanted out of it, more or less. High school and college. I think that I technically got what I wanted from college, but I think I should have had an English degree. I instead got a psychology degree, which I think has made me a better person, to be honest. I think I would be like really hella pretentious if I had gotten an English degree, and I'm already really hella pretentious. But like with the psychology degree, I had a particular interest in like childhood psychology and abnormal psychology. And just learning more about it made it really easy to empathize with people that have like mental illness and whatnot. So, I don't know. That being said, I also wish that people would understand that psychology is a science. It is legitimate science. I don't care what people say. I got a BS. Like, not only did I get a BS, it's like the only thing that is like pseudoscience is like the more sociological sections of it, and like the stupid shit like personalities, like personality tests and whatnot. Like trying to quantify personality and everything like that. Toolbox organizer? Hey, we need those. My coworker, my boss like didn't know what to do with her because she liked her in the interview, so she hired her. And what she ended up doing the most was organizing all of our junk. Cause like both me and my boss are a little like, we're not disorganized, but we are like, what's a good word for it? We have a lot of things going on, so we end up putting we end up having a lot of stuff, and we don't really organize that. We know what's in like our little piles, but we don't like, we aren't able to organize them very well. And so because of that, my coworker, she was with us for like a year, not even a year. I think we hired her in like May, and then she quit in December. And then I am stuck with all of her work again. If psychology is a science and the flu shot vaccine is effective. Yes, no, I agree. Yeah, it's like I would like to say it's not entirely my fault. I don't have the ability to spend time to organize shit all the time. But there we go. Where am I missing? Is there anything else up here? There we go. Just have to face the other way. Where else is? Here we go. Are any of the other ones? There we go. Right, and it's this stuff. Yeah, it's like okay, so here's the problem, right? Okay, I have a really good memory. Okay, I'm not even like bragging. It's just true. So I remember where everything goes, and I don't need to like write it down or put it in a particular spot. And I also don't like moving things when they don't belong to me. So I've been like going through my time at this school trying not to move shit because I'm not the one that put it there. And so because of that, like, I just kind of work off of what my boss already has. And my boss is disorganized. And because my boss is disorganized, then my system becomes disorganized. I think I function the best when I am organized. And that's one of my, like, New Year's resolutions, I guess, is I'm gonna try to organize a lot of more of my things. So that way, I just feel better when everything is organized. You know, I have been really lax about it, but I genuinely just feel a lot better about myself when my stuff is organized. But there's like weird like cognitions that like I've been like, oh no, I can't put this in its rightful spot because of this reason and this reason, you know, like, oh, I'll need this later, so I'm gonna leave it here, that kind of thing. If psychology isn't a science, why are therapists referred to as doctors? That's the thing, they kind of aren't. Therapists, I don't believe you need to have an MD in order to be a therapist. However, so there's two different words, right? There's therapists and then there's psychologists, right? And then there's also psychiatrists. And what matters is they're a bit like if you have an MD, then you are allowed to prescribe medicine. So these are the people that will be allowed to give you medicine for your problems. Okay, whereas like therapists and psychologists, they don't always have an MD, and so they might not be able to prescribe you medicine in order to fix your problems. However, they can listen to your problems and offer advice, which a lot of them do. Is that everything here? Like this pillar? Oh, here we go. And then this one here, awesome. I love washing too. I've been doing this I've been playing this a lot off stream. Just like while chilling with friends. Okay, I think we're good. We're good on this part. Okay. We are going to change this. Just do this one. And I will go back to washing them this way. I was gonna say something else, and now I can't remember. It was like related to, I think, the driving topic from earlier. Here, I'll leave this here. That's a good idea. Let me look through this stuff. Oh, right. I was gonna make a comment about how cars are expensive. Since we were talking about driving. Oops. That's not correct. I think that the odd thing about like the whole driving thing, I was having a conversation with my dad. Actually, this is also related to the other thing that I wanted to talk about. I was having a conversation with my dad because I talk about my dad. Talk with my dad often about like the state of the world and everything. But I think as your muffler slowly lowers for the second time, that's unfortunate. Well, for one thing, okay, I am of the opinion that you probably should not, if possible, and if you can get a car that is this old, that is not like decrepit by this point, it is a good idea to get a reasonably old car that works well, because older cars are built to last more so than newer cars. Okay. Older cars are also cheaper. And I say this as a person who has a father, and also just in general, like, even though I didn't get an engineering degree, I think I do actually have an engineer's like mindset with a decent number of things. If you can learn how to do really easy car work, you will be better off for it. If you can learn how to change your own oil in particular, because that actually costs way more than the amount of effort that it takes to do it yourself. If you can do that, you will save a lot of money. Especially if you get like an older car, because like I said, older cars are made to last. Newer cars nowadays, they're built with the idea, like there's like a lot of regulations that are being put into place by like car manufacturers. And it's making it so that way there's a certain amount of planned obsolescence in car parts, and then they bring you in, they make you like buy their parts in order to fix them. Even if you can do work on your own car, like it becomes very difficult, because they have these, they want you to buy these proprietary parts. Okay, and I think that sucks. Okay, it's kind of the same thing as what's happening in like general for tech, where there's like planned obsolescence for like everything. And I don't know, I think that's crooked, but also like, what can you do, right? Because we live in a car society. Get a tank? That's not a terrible idea, actually. Apparently my local like police has a tank for some reason. I don't know why they bought one or what they plan to do with it, but we apparently have a tank. Okay, our town is not that big. Like, we're not small, but we're not that big. So, but for some reason we have a tank. Okay, hold on. I need for these horses to stand still. I think I need to change this. Take this off while I'm doing this so quick, so close. Oh, also since I'm down here. Awesome. What was the other thing? It was, we were talking about, I didn't get to talk about this when because I just run my mouth and just say whatever comes to mind when I'm on stream. But, when we were talking about, like, getting your, I just realized that they have that here. I will have to get on top of that later. Your town has a military helicopter? That's kind of cool, actually. I feel like you get more use out of a helicopter than a tank. But yeah, I think that a lot of people are getting their licenses later because I think that there's been like enough, like, it's not exactly like it's smart it's like healthy living in a way, but it's also propaganda. The idea that like just the general idea that everybody knows, which is that driving is really dangerous. And I think that people are more they're more aware of it being dangerous rather than like the feeling of freedom that I think that older generations felt with it, you know? So like I've noticed like starting with my generation in particular, like I don't think that my brothers had this feeling, even though they're technically the same, like they're a lot older than me, but they're technically the same generation as me. But I guess that like I'm on the lower end of the generation and they're higher end. And so like with my generation, like with like the lower half of my generation, there's a lot more people that are like less interested in like getting their license. It's just a trend. Is that everything? Is that all of the horses? Get all of these things. Okay. Wait, I have to get the top. I'm gonna lower the volume a little bit more. I thought it wouldn't bother me, but it does bother me. We're back to locking in on whatever this is. Yeah, it's just an interesting observation, I guess. I think it would be great if we could invest in mass transit more. We really don't have very good mass transit. But it would take like a lot of effort, and I don't think that we have the administration to do it right now. Everything sucks. Hold on, actually, I do need for this to be up, but I need for this to be down. Yeah. There we go. Now I can tell when I'm actually cleaning things. This is gonna take a while. Okay, let me get the bottom. Really like this particular setting on this power washer. Oh, okay. I can climb on top of these guys. I can climb on top of the horses and like go on the merry-go-round myself. Oh, what am I missing? I've gotten 1 out of 8. That's crazy. It's like this spot over here. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? Like, genuinely. This is not good enough? What if the other one's so, like, easy? It's cause the rod moves. There you go. The white horse is literally Rapidash. Yeah, you're kind of right. If I just point this at here for long enough, it's finished. Which one's missing? Wait, which one is it? It is this one. Aha, it's down here. There we go. Alright. Next thing. There we go. And now we get back to just talking. Actually, let me eat my... My mom made a pasta salad. And it's like, it's from a box, but I like it. So I took the leftover. I'll bring it down a little bit. Like right here. Right here. There we go. I should handle it for a little while. And you know what's one thing about like the holidays? I get a lot of sweets. I don't know what to do about it. Because like, I don't hate sweets, but I don't have that much of a sweet tooth. So like, I can only eat it for like so long, you know? Leave that there. All right. Oops. There we go. I love not having to move sometimes. There we go. Do 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 do. How do you even clean this? I don't know. I'm not even sure what part of this is. I'm kind of not like I don't think that you would usually have like such a problem inside of a carousel like this. Usually this part is covered up. So it'd be part of like the what is this called? It'd be part of the base of the carousel. Yum 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 yum. Do 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 do. Okay. Where is there a problem? Oh, maybe on the inside then? There we go. Did we find a body in there? I don't know. This is not AI the Somnium Files. Oh wait, no, we didn't find a body inside of the carousel. This is also not crime scene cleaners, which I should play actually. I feel like it's got the same level of like silliness that this does. Apparently the general lore of this game is that like a volcano erupted and spread ash on like everything in town, so you're running around washing everything. But yeah, it's just like it's just normal people just asking you for help power washing their stuff because it's covered in soot. Excuse me. We end up with so much chocolate. I think that my brothers would be really upset if I gave my nieces and nephews chocolate. I'm not gonna lie. Do 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 do. That's a good portion of it. Alright, will I need to go onto the other side, or will I be able to finish this like this without moving? My favorite thing in this game is being able to clean without moving. Okay. Okay, we are back to just pointing and not doing anything. I like this one. How did it drift like that? Am I getting like caught? Oh well, I think I finished anyway. Let me do this part. I like look away for a second and it drifts. Oh man, it's like slightly off. Hold on. Go down. Okay, lollipops, that's so valid. I think because I don't have much of a sweet tooth, I don't really give my nieces and nephews that much candy because they're too rambunctious as it is. To be honest, like all of them are so energetic and like rough. Maybe when they're a little older, I can spoil them. Is anybody watching manga or like new anime? Like, I've been hearing a lot of good things about, what was it? Like, it's like Isekai Bean Counter or whatever. It's a BL. Been hearing a lot about that. Turn myself a little bit. What else? Kaiju cleanup sounds fun. I recently got back into like Pacific Rim. I need to watch the first movie again, I think. What else is coming out? I know Hanakimi's out. The OG like girl cross dresses into a boys society and has to deal with the consequences. What is Tamon about? I've been seeing people talk about it. I don't know what it's about. The Darwin incident. Unlimited gacha. I don't think about like anything else that I've been like interested in watching. I've been wanting to watch Digimon. Is it Beat Break? I can't remember if that's the order that the words go in. I've been wanting to watch it, but I was trying to like cull my subscriptions, and so I got rid of Crunchyroll. Um, sorry. My mom came up and gave me ice cream and cake. Where can I go? Free Run, Oshinoko, and Jujutsu Kaisen are all getting new seasons. Dang, that is too many. Oops, that's the wrong button. Okay, what am I gonna do? I want to stand in one place, but also clean. Oh wait, this never... There we go. Okay, I'm gonna stand... Hold on. Let me on. Let me on. There we go. There we go. That should be decent. I'm gonna eat this ice cream. Revenge fantasy anime. I'm gonna fall off of this horse. Gaku Gachi ended up being his housekeeper and then found out that he's not as cool as he is on the job. Does that mean that Hatano Wataru is in it? They're kind of a crazy what's it called? Premise though. Though also like I guess that like that's just the vibe for this season is like meeting your idols in a way. Switch this down a little bit. There we go. Trying to think about like what's supposed to happen in the next season of Oshinoko. Oh, interesting. Okay. I understand what you're talking about though, Nan. I thought it would be funny if he was also Watchan. What is Skeleton Knight? Cool. My boy failure, Oshi. I love Gaku. He looks very serious in the new performance video that they put up for Rainbow City. Yeah, Trigger has a new song called Answer. And they performed it in Rainbow City, wherever the fuck that is. As we were winding through Willow Creek, we encountered a group of monks walking against the traffic, and I pressed the accelerator instead of the brake. Excuse me? Did you run them over? My Jeet Kune-do instructor always says, in an emergency, hit the nearest thing as hard as you can. What the fuck? What is the flavor text in this game? There we go. Is this thing clean? Oh, there it is. There's the problem. Oh, that was not what I was aiming at, but okay. Yeah, for real, we have come so far since Leopard Eyes. Like, you know, at the time, the level of animation was pretty good for Leopard Eyes and for like Monster Generation, but yeah, we're never going back. Oh, there's shadows. There we go. I feel like I really want to like get back into like Idolish 7 and like all the other Josei Muke games that I haven't played in a while. Like I've been playing Mahiyaku and Idolish 7, but I haven't been really consuming the story. I like look at stories every once in a while, so like I know that there's a bit where like Ryu and Sogo were in a like, is it chocolate? They were in some sort of promotional thing together, and Ryu has like no self-awareness, so he tried to feed Sogo something like from his fingers, and Soko was like, I cannot do that, please. That is too much for my heart. And then after that, Toro is like, oh, if you're not gonna have it, then I'll take it. And so he then took it from you. So if you like Ryuso, then you're in good hands. If you like Toraryu, then you're in good hands. Meanwhile, Momo is over there with the camera being like, you all are so silly. What is wrong with you guys? Here we go. Yeah, I know all of like the gacha money is going into mocap. Mocap is the future of like Japanese entertainment. Like you have like VTubers getting like really nice 3D models. And then you have like idols, like fictional idols that can move around at will because they have really good mocap in the backstage. This is done. Cool. I will do my best there. And then like half of the movies nowadays, if you do any sort of live action, you're gonna have some sort of mocap involved, just because like everything has to be live action. However, everything is still animated because everything is CGI. Like, how does that make any fucking sense? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Am I missing anything? There's something there. Entering Ready Player One with mocap, yeah. I actually haven't seen that, but like I kind of have an idea of how it goes. Not that. This is a button that I wanted. Oh, I haven't done any of the bold uppers, but where's the last poll that needs? Where is it? Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay. There we go. All right. I think most of the inside is in good shape. It's done. Okay. Let me check. Okay, pull toppers don't count. Cresting doesn't count. Cresting trim doesn't really count either. Center pull topper. Is that what that is? There we go. I think that's everything now. Center pull ring. What is that? Oh, okay. Sorry if you guys get motion sick. I think I played this game in like the worst way for people who get motion sick. There we go. Anything else? Carousel platform. Oh, okay. We'll do this while I... Oh, wait, I think I see the problem. It's this way. Because you can't see it from the inside. Ice cream. Eee! Okay. Oh, okay. What am I missing here? How old is Ready Player One? I never watched it, so I don't... It came out, like, the same time as Wreck-It Ralph, didn't it? Because I remember, like, thinking about it, how, like, kind of similar... Like, they're not super similar, but, like, the fact that both of them were involved video games, I thought was very, like, poignant of the time. Mm-hmm. 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 Is there something in here? I don't think so. E. Let's bring this stupid thing out again. Where's the problem? What's your problem? What seems to be the holdup over here? Why won't this one ding? Why do you have what do you have a problem with? Okay. Okay, whatever. Do 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 do. Wait, is this one fine? Okay. Let's do the tops now. Can I actually clean anything up here? Does it count? I think I have to get on top of it. I'll clean the bottom for now. Yeah, I was right. Okay, it is. It's Wreck-It Ralph 2. Okay. I knew that they were like kind of close together, and I think Wreck-It Ralph 2 was pretty close to Wreck-It Ralph 1, if I remember right. Ice cream time. Waiting for the day that we have like Sword Art Online, a live action or something, but for American audiences. Mm-hmm. 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 2012. Oh, okay. That is a lot further than I thought it was. Back when I watched a lot more movies. I'm like waiting until Zootopia 2 comes to Disney Plus because I'm gonna leech off of my brother's Disney Plus account. Because I've like only heard really good things about Zootopia 2, which I'm like kind of surprised about because I feel like this is the first time in a really long time that like a Disney property has really like made people sit up, you know? Because I think that a lot of people have been like disillusioned by like Disney's. I mean, like for me, at least, like I personally have been kind of like bored with how Disney is like constantly just remaking shit. Or like writing derivative properties of itself, which like in some ways it's like okay, get that bag, but in the other case it's like what's the point? Like multi-billion dollar like company and they can't make original shit for anything. And then like when they do make original stuff, then they don't put any sort of like marketing into it. Like own your products. Like I didn't know anything about the movie Elementals or whatever it was. I am lagging. Oh my god. I didn't know anything about that movie, and I was actually like more interested in that movie than any of the other movies, but I just like didn't know that it was like an interesting concept and that it like tackled racism. Yeah, like I've only heard good things about Zootopia too. Oh, thank you for the posture check. I will actually see. My problem is that I'm sitting with like, ugh. I'm sitting with one leg up, and that like automatically makes my posture terrible. Oh, wait, one more bite of ice cream. Ice cream. You know, one thing I do have to give like Toy Story credit for is I do think that even though like the quality of like everything past like Toy Story 3 actually really I liked Toy Story 2, but I don't even know if that one really counts as a particularly good movie either. But like Toy Story 1 and the messages of Toy Story 3 were particularly good. Um and I do like generally appreciate the like ingenuity that goes into Toy Story movies. I think because they do a lot since they are dealing with toys. I think it's just very interesting how they approach it. And like I've always liked like Pixar, Toy Story, or Pixar, Disney for that, you know. Is there anything on this side? It's probably good enough, honestly. You know who you should support always though in terms of animation studios? Everybody should go and support Leica because I think that they're a company that is entirely doing it for the love of the game. Their movies don't make a huge amount of money, unfortunately, even though they're masterpieces. But they have so much creativity packed into each like into each movie. And in addition to that, they have picked the objectively hardest medium to use. like why are we doing these like super imaginative like creative pieces and then you have decided to do them in stop motion, which means that you have to create like so many like so many models for each of your characters, and then like from there you have to then create duplicates like triplicate, you know, like so many different versions of them in order to animate them properly so that way they have expression, okay? And then like and then on top of that you have to make them move. And to do that you take pictures. You don't even oh my god, I love Leica, but I think that they're also crazy. They have to be crazy. All of the greats are crazy, you know. Aw, that's too bad. At least we have John Ratzenberger, I guess. Yeah, I think that we do need to we need to let like we need to let ideas die in some ways, you know? Like we live in a society. I don't think that we should be like we don't have to capitalize on the same idea over and over again. We can make new ones. Maybe those will also be capitalized on, you know? It'd be cool. Yeah, I think that Leica is crazy, and like they are simply doing it for the love of the game. They don't make any money. All of their funds get put back into their work. It's just like they are just here. They are truly one of the last greats, you know. Oh, wait, I missed this part. Hold on. Let me just do this. I could do it again when I'm like up there, but you know, be a good idea. I go in so many circles whenever I do these games. I just walk in circles. Okay, hold on. Cresting panels, crestings, pole toppers. What are the pole toppers? Okay, yeah, they're gonna be up the top. All right. Up we go. Also, what does this do? Can I stop it? Oh, I can turn it off. I should have done that a long time ago, actually. Do, 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 do. Yeah, I wish that, like, in another life, I would like to be, like Leica when I grow up. Okay, can I make this jump? Whee! They directed the spin-off of the Transformer movie Bumblebee? What? That's crazy. Does that mean that it was good? I didn't watch Bumblebee because I wasn't really into Transformers. Do, 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 do. Can I get it from here? Why does this angle have to be shit? Okay, I'll just do the top and then I'll do each of the individual ones of these. Do I have a... Wait, did I bring a... I did. I'm so dumb. Hold on. Let me do this part first. Whee! Whoops. Well, that's fine. Maybe it is better for me to use this thing. Never mind. I will leave you over here, I guess. I think this one is better. Oh wait, I know how I can do this. Continuity is supposed to be a prequel, but it also tried to make an G.I. Joe? That's crazy. Where can I put it? Why is it floating above me? Why do I have to get down in order to put this thing on the ground? That's crazy. Like, that's crazy work. Continuity with the with mask. I went in the wrong direction, I think. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. In that case. Can I get in here? Oh, come on, that fits. That fits. You suck. Right here. There we go. They all look clean from the bottom, which is really annoying. Oops. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Can I jump on top of that? No, I can't. All right. Ladder it is. I don't know how else I'm supposed to do this. Like, I don't really have much leeway here. What? What? That is the craziest crossover. What the heck? Mm. Mm. Ah! Okay, last one, I think. Okay. Which one's the ones that I'm looking at? The cresting frames? Which part is that? Ah, dang it. This one? This one? Okay. There we go. Do, 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 do. Yeah. It's just that one, right? There's two more? Oh, what's the other one? Oh, it's this one. Can I get that one? I wish that I could, like, put this anywhere. There we go. I think once I get this, then I'll be in good shape. There we go. All right, and now jump. And we should be doing this with at least this part. Oh yeah. I am taller than Mina. I am much taller than Mina. I need to. I'll get some stuff in order. I think I gotta go. I gotta go bother some people for some stuff. Cause like I can go like. I think that there are a lot of really affordable options for models, but like I also don't know how I feel about like because a lot of the really affordable ones are like crepe or what was it, or skeb, and I don't know if I'm like super comfortable using those. Yeah, she is tall. She is bigger than this one, that's for sure. She is still shorter than me. If you know art, Summer, you can alter the mesh. You don't really need to. I mean, what are Liberty spikes? Like Statue of Liberty spikes? Because, like, oh, sorry about that. But yeah, like if you notice, I have this thing over here, right? Um, my little hair clip, and like that's not part of the model. I had Noel help me to change the model a little bit so that way I could have my thing. And you can definitely do that on a larger scale as well. Oh my god, they did every single one of these. Yeah, and the rainbow stripe. The rainbow stripe was the easier part, actually. The thing about this thing, the model, uh, it's a customizable model. So the thing is that the right and the left are just mirrors of each other. So if you edit one, then you also edit the other side. And so because of that, we had to play around with it. If you notice, actually, the two bangs on either side of like the rainbow section, they're not the same. They look very similar, but they are not the same. Son. And yeah, so like that's the sort of like silly stuff that you have to do with it. You could also, I'm pretty sure that the person who did this model takes commissions. So you could also ask them to tailor it for you, I think. Yeah, or the other option is sacrificing some bit of yourself, which is, I know, very unfortunate and sad. So last resort if you really, really want it. See, I changed the narrative to like I'm not spending on myself. I am giving work to artists. and giving money for their livelihood, and unfortunately that has caused me to spend much more. But yeah, only do within your means, of course, right? Which is where I say that I think that you can definitely alter the mesh to suit your current model. Do I have everything? Restings. Wait, which one's missing? What's the problem here? Ah, here we go. Come on. Go. There's one part. Okay. Yeah, it'd totally be a good idea. I always wanted to learn how to rig, but I'm also very lazy. And the problem is like I want to learn things, but it takes like here's where I was saying that I'm kind of a hypocrite, where I was saying that like practice is very important when you're doing stuff like driving. um the thing is that like I'm really bad at like I really sitting down and learning like one thing. I like learning, um but like I'm like not exactly somebody who learns by doing entirely, you know, because it's um like I do learn by doing, but I also learn by just watching stuff, but the amount of time that it takes to just watch stuff is really really long. Oh wait, did I get it all? Oh, I did. Okay, this is all done then. Let's make this smaller actually. There we go. Mesh fabric. Mesh fabric is fun. But yeah, I think it's like I can just pay somebody to do it. I would like to learn how to I'd like to learn how to rig. My starting point is very low is the only thing. And that's the case with a lot of things, especially art related. I like art. But the thing is my starting point is very low. And so the feedback is really low as a result as well. And I don't really have the time to dedicate to getting better for that reason. What is wrong with this ring? Ah, here it is. There we go. Oh well. I've kind of like resigned myself to that at any rate. But that's okay. I will instead just I think that the thing that I've been trying to do more is enjoying my like hobby of writing. And trying not to capitalize on it too much. Like I can write. I want to capitalize on it, but it's not something that's very easy for me to capitalize on because I'm not really like an original fiction writer. I'm a good writer, but specifically for like fan fiction. Thus is my lot in life. Which I think is gonna be the way that it's just gonna be. I'm also gonna I might end it here because I've been trying to my intention this year is to stream a lot when I can, right? But also just be contented with shorter streams. I don't always need to... How the fuck do I do this? We do not always need to stream for 10 hours at a time. Yippee! Making up. Let me on top of the star. Let me up. Let me up. Let me up. Oh. Oh, close. Hold on. I think I can actually do this. Let me up. Dang it. Oh, man. Oh, well. Yeah, I kind of want to read fanfiction and again try to oh, hello. What's up? Nothing much. What's up with you? Wait, that's really fun to watch. It just goes in circles. Remind I would like to say that I have good memory, but sometimes I forget the shit that comes out of my mouth. So what weird are we talking about? Like in what context? It's kind of existing. Yeah, I think that everybody should just like here, we'll do this thing. We'll keep playing for a little bit longer. I'll finish this and then I'll think about whether I want to continue playing after that. Yeah, I think that everybody should enjoy what they're doing, you know? I think that everybody should enjoy like creative work, and they should do it for themselves more than anything else. Nope. That was a waste. I didn't want to do that. I think that, like, in general, you will have a very miserable time creating anything. And, like, I think that creation in general should be something that you love doing. It should be a labor of love, even if you make money off of it, you know? And because of that, you should make it for yourself. Like, even if it's like the impetus may be to do it for another person, but it should be something that you like first and foremost. Maybe that's what, like, this is why I'm like really bad at gift giving, because a lot of times I have to like give gifts that I personally like as well before I can like sanction myself to give it to them, because it's like, well, if I don't like this, then like I don't know if they're gonna like it either, you know, unless like they tell me like themselves like, hey, I really want this, and I'm like, I don't vibe with that, but okay, sure, for you. Anything else under here? This is very close. Been looking for a job, hoping 2026 is a better year. I wish you luck, friend. I need to find another job. I like my job, but I also do not like my job. It is that kind of deal. I unfortunately probably need to get paid more, and have something that is less emotionally and physically taxing. I will take an administrative job for a similar salary. That's what I want. Like maybe a little bit less. As long as I get benefits, and I want benefits, I want it to be administrative, and um I want to not have to deal with children. I like children. I think that I'm good with children, and I think that I am good at teaching. However, I don't want to do those as my day job because it is so exhausting. And then I don't get to do anything that makes me happy, you know? Like in an ideal world, I keep the job that I have, but I am also able to stream all the time, you know, which is like an impossible task, right? Yeah, the one thing is that I think my job is highly secure um for what I'm like doing, and it's because my boss really likes me. And like I think I do pretty good work too. Yes, no. But yeah. Wishing the best for anybody job hunting in 2026. I think one of my cousins is also job hunting, and she's hating it. You know, I have always considered those Japanese English teaching jobs, but the thing is that like I've also like never heard anything like outstanding about them, in the idea that like it's not something that you do forever, right? And I mean, of course, like you shouldn't always be looking at a job as a forever job, but um I hear that like what ends up happening is that a lot of people get like kind of burnt out about it. I had a friend that joined the JET program, and like she like messaged me once and was like, I am so miserable. I like went into an empty classroom and cried for like half an hour. And like it sounds like it's just like long hours with not very much pay. Like it's a living wage on like around here, but it's like still not enough pay. um yeah, life is hard. And like that's the main reason why I've like not been looking to do those. Also, I think that I need my Japanese to get better first anyway. Even though like they want you to be at like regular English level, and they don't care if you write say anything in if you can say anything in Japanese. Though actually I did see an interesting article about somebody who started out doing that, but then like used it as their foot into the like in the door to get housing in Japan, because that's always going to be for like forever difficult. And then um from there they got another job, and now they get to live with like a decent like the what is it like Japanese um like standards of living, in that like everything is like reasonably cheap where at least where they live. Like they're not directly in Tokyo, but they're close enough that like they're pretty close to everything. And so they can like do everything that they want to. The crazy thing is that they're doing this and they don't know a lot of English or a lot of Japanese. And so like and this is where I think that this is a bad idea. I think that you should only do this if you have some Japanese experience. Because like she needs to like she gets her friends to help her with like paperwork and stuff, which like I think is just a really bad idea under most scenarios. Like you should be able to do paperwork related to your living situation by yourself. Like just saying. Like granted, she has like an enviable life, at least for me, like in my opinion. But yeah. I don't know who Billy Blanks is. I keep on accidentally going the wrong way and like using up my cleaning fluid. Yeah, that makes sense. And again, like I don't think that you need if you do those things, then most of the time you don't need to know Japanese. In fact, I have a cousin who taught like business English to like Japanese businessmen, and like he doesn't know Japanese. Like he still doesn't know Japanese. So like yeah, you don't for those kind of programs you don't need to know it. In fact, like again, they kind of almost encourage you to not know it because they don't want you to, or they want for students to learn like native level English. They want them to be immersed in it. So, and here's where I tell the Japanese that English is a fucking fake ass language that mugged like 30 other languages for vocabulary and grammar, and called it a day. Yeah, for real. 30 eels in a trench coat. Yeah, there is like the word, like just the starting point of the ridiculousness of this fucking language. Though also, like, I actually, in a way, you know, like, it's not like English is the only language to have homophones, right? Like, in Chinese, if you're not careful, then you can call your mother a horse, right? That kind of thing. Um, what other thing? There's a lot of other instances of this. There's so much cake on this. What the fuck? Maybe I will break out the... What's it called? I think I will end after this. This thing is annoying me. This looks like the patterning on this reminds me of Star Wars. Do 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 do. You know what? Multi-purpose. Yeah, I don't really use a lot of the cleaning solution. I think I should, but I don't. Do 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 do. I swear I did this one already. I don't know where the edges of this thing are. I don't know where the problem is. There's one. That's fine. Spanish is a lot of words that mean completely different things. Guys are entirely in context. Perfect example of a Spanish word for black and fox. What's the word for fox in Spanish? Another word for black. Actually, didn't I saw a post on Twitter go viral, I think, because of that, right? Because like some people use it as slang for guy, right? Like dude. And then like people saw it because it's the only part of the message that they understood. And then we're like, oh, whoa there. Excuse me. But it's completely normal in Spanish. And then you also have the fact that like in Spanish, like it also really depends on like country of origin, because like some words in Spanish will be perfectly normal in one country, but then be like a terrible curse word in another. Where is my problem? Armored panels, no. Rear shielding, that looks about right. Up here. It is up here, I think. Like, mind you, I think that language is actually highly fascinating, and I wish I had like the ability to learn more than I'm given. I did consider when I was in college, getting like a like world languages major, or like what was it? Like international like relations, possibly, and like the excuse being then I could learn a bunch of languages. But the thing is that like the problem with that, right, is that I'm not a very good speaker, and I was even worse before I started streaming. So like I don't, I have like a pretty decent database when it comes to like Japanese vocabulary, but I don't speak very often. So when it comes to synthesizing, I have like nothing in the tank, which is really unfortunate. Okay, where is my problem? Where do I have to go in order to make this work? Where are my problem areas? I can't see them. They're like not they're nowhere to be found. Okay. If I just do this, it'll work, right? Zoro. Zora. Oh, what is Zora then? It's kind of like how the word bitch has come to become like a curse word, because it used to be just like a male or a female dog. But then people started comparing women to dogs, and that's how the curse word came to be, unfortunately. Where's the problem? I can't even see it. Oh my god. There we go. Okay. Is that... Oh my god. That's not what I want. This one. Huh? Thanks for subbing. The white version? That's the evolved... Wait, what do you mean the white version? Caterpillar treads. Oh, okay. That's not gonna happen for a while. Front gripper. What's the front gripper? What is your problem? I feel like these levels should get harder by like making it so that way, because it seems like I only managed to clear away things with this one. So like, why can't I use this one? Right? Wait, what is your problem? Oh my god. There we go. I see. That's interesting. I feel like it's kind of like the same as like calling a woman a bitch, right? Like it's always like animals. I wonder if there are other places that have that kind of like problem where like some like particularly nasty vernacular is just because it's a female animal. Okay. What am I doing now? Rear door frame. Oh, let me finish that one first then. Did I not get the rear door frame? Okay. There we go. All right. I'm at 99% for the fucking armored panels, but I haven't finished a single one. How does that even happen? Interesting. I didn't realize that it was it used to be a more normal term. But now it carries all the connotations of, oh, you are a terrible foreigner. You are a terrible foreigner and you must feel bad about it. For good reason, honestly. I think that a majority of foreigners should feel bad about themselves. It builds character. Where are my problems? Can you please, like... There's so many parts to this drill. I'm surprised that there aren't more, like, sections to clear specifically. There we go. Okay, hold on. Those are the wheels? I guess that makes sense. Okay. If I just throw a lot of water in here, then it'll eventually get clean, right? Oh my god. Press C on accident. Yeah, if I just throw a lot of water in here, it'll eventually get clean. That seems to work decently well, actually. Okay. Oh, I haven't done the rear ripper yet. Awesome. I'll get it eventually, right? Whatever fucking thing is missing. There we go. Alright. Why are there so many wheels on this thing? Where's the problem? Oh. Okay. Who did this? And what do I have to do to fix this? Oh my god. I feel like I've been spraying the same spots over and over again. Okay. Okay. Is this one already done? It must be the other side then. suddenly have Bluebird by Ikimonogatari in my like head. I don't know the words. Where are the wheels? Which wheels? Is it all on this side? Just one. Okay. 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 Alright. Next. Which wheel drives? Okay, where's the other ones? Let's do on the other side. Oh, here they are. Come on. Let me move. There we go. Alright. And which caterpillar dreads? Dreads? Threads. Where's the problem, though? Me up. Where's the problem? Like the minusculest like amount of dirt. Okay, we're gonna focus on this one instead then. Where's the problem? Show me where. He's like the smallest things possible. Where's the problem? There we go. Jesus. What the fuck? Unofficial top dog of pressure washing. Do you travel out of town? Got a temple that's urgently in need of some TLC. I'll think about it. It took so much effort. Why did that take so much effort? I was like, it's a vehicle. It won't take that long. I'm pretty sure I could beat the other one in significantly less time. Anyway. It's been real. That's kind of cool, actually. Oh, the treehouse is bigger. Well. I'm gonna... walk out for the night. Because, I'm a little tired. And I want to take a shower. And I also want to read fanfiction. I will see you guys tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing. But it'll probably be around 8 or 9. I don't know when. Wait, did we say anything else? No, we did not. Yeah, nothing happened. So, something will happen. At least here. If it is not with my friends, then, we will do something. Maybe I will play It Up, in solidarity. Good night, Turtle. I hope you had a good time. I hope I was able to bring some light to your night. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye! We were talking about Mina, so we're gonna go bother her. Everybody go say hi.